there has been a lot of controversy over the last few days on Twitter, and it does revolve around no Femc being in Persona 3 Reload. Now, my thoughts on it, I feel like we should go ahead and break down specifically into different parts that I thought of today, really trying to see how Atlas could potentially attack the way that they go about this whole remake. Because keep in mind, when you look over at the notes that they said when they talked about the game, they're adding new content and they're reworking a lot of different things about the game. And so I do feel like while a lot of people are kind of boycotting in a way the game because of no Femc, we need to kind of look at everything as a whole, and I feel like that's something that a lot of people are missing out on. So first of all, let's take a look at what it means to have no Femc. Now, what it means for that is there is a lot of social links that were associated specifically for her that were included in the game, which pretty much let us learn about half of the characters in the game that we wouldn't have learned with Makoto. Now, what they could do to address this in the Persona 3 Reload is this could be what they're doing. Who knows? Maybe they're having all the social links that were in Femc and in Makoto. Maybe they're just going to put it in that one singular playthrough as Makoto. We could see that, but that begs the question, how are you going to do that, considering in order to actually platinum the game of Persona 3, you pretty much need a perfect run through the calendar days. And if that's already with just Makoto social links and then just Femc social links, how are you exactly going to combine both social links in order to achieve this? Are you going to remove the useless ones? Are you going to add more days, add more sections? What are you going to do? So when it comes to that part, I'm kind of confused, but I do feel like as we go on through the months, we're going to get more information of kind of how that works. I hope so. But yeah, it is a bummer that the Femc isn't going to be in Persona 3. I've seen a lot of people talking about perhaps it would be a DLC grab, a cash grab, later on added content like how they did it with Royale. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if that happened, but I kind of doubt that would happen, considering the amount of different remakes and different, not so remakes, but the amount of times that Persona 3 has came back. And I am saying that while they are milking Persona 5 a ton, but still, I do feel like for some reason we won't see it unless a lot of the backlash that's been on Twitter, and trust me, there's a lot, is going to persuade and shift the tide in which Atlas will go about this. But I do feel like if they are going to go with this approach, they could at least include her within the main story with Makoto, but I'm not really sure how that would be able to happen, because it is an alternate universe in which this happens. So I don't know. But when we're talking about the new content, one thing that I want to talk about in particular is how they're going to approach Tartarus. Now, we did see in the trailer, we saw that icon on the left showing that they were on about level 120-ish. And, one thing that I do want to point out is in Persona 5, the difference between that and Royale, one of the major differences is the revamp of Mementos. And in my opinion, Persona 5 Royale made Mementos a lot more enjoyable than what it was to me when I played it in regular Persona 5. And I feel like if Atlas put in the effort to do that with Royale, I truly, strongly believe that there's going to be a change in Tartarus that makes it a much better experience. Because I know a lot of people, trust me, I know a lot of people that love Tartarus because they like the grind, they like all that. You're insane in my opinion. Maybe I'm just not a true gamer, I don't know. But I truly do feel like they're going to revamp it and they're going to introduce some sort of system where Tartarus is a lot more enjoyable than for what it is. And I'm looking forward to that because I really do want to see where they go with this game. Because if they're doing a entire remake, a whole reload. That's why it's called Reload. I really want to see where they go with this. Already seeing some of the screenshots that were posted, the game looks beautiful. I don't see why anyone's complaining about Persona 5 having an inspiration to the look of this. I mean, it's literally made by Atlas, so don't mind those people. But yeah,